To Luber or not to Luber? Well, as you can tell, I'm not going to Luber. What we got going on right now is I'm going to cut out the quarter panel and make room for these giant fat 33 12 and a halves. Yeah, that's what they are. So, but I also have some brand new ones that I've already bought that are going to go underneath it. They're actually a little bit of a narrower, even though these are 33s, 12 and a halves. The ones that I got to replace these are a little narrow because these are thorn birds. They're old thorn birds. They got a really cool tread that jets out, for mudding and going in the sand and things. But I love these tires. I wish I could keep them, but they're all dry rotted. They won't pass inspection, so I'm going to replace them. And rather than try to stuff a 33 and a half, I want to take this thing off road and have some fun with it. I don't want to worry about banging up my quarter panels. All right, so I've already done the outline here. What I basically did was I took the old flare and then I drew on the outside of the flare. You can't really see it because it's in black Sharpie. But then I took the tape and I moved the line in 2 inches. So if I cut all this out, I'd have nothing to attach the flare to. So you want to have a little flange underneath here to attach the flare to. That's what we're going to do. Now, it's going to be a big pain. It's on the side of the truck. So I don't want it on the side of the truck. Fortunately, this is not attached right now or welded in any way. So I'm just going to remove it. Oh. Alright, here's the quarter panel. I've already got it lined out where I want to cut it. But here's the deal. This is a 4.5 inch wheel, okay? And it's going to go pretty quick. I'm pretty good at with this, but I'm not so good that I can make this tight turn with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this do most of the heavy lifting, and then I'm going to get out my jigsaw probably. The reason I'm not using the jigsaw for this whole one is because my jigsaw actually tends to wander a little bit. So I have to be very careful with it. Also, the feet on it are really, really chewed up, and I don't want to scratch the bejesus out of my fender in these tight corners. I just want to be able to make the fender look as good as possible. So I'm going to cut it all the way up here with the wheel, probably get over here with the wheel, and then come down here with the wheel. And then I'm going to use the corner, I'm going to use the jigsaw on the corners. And I'm going to use, obviously, a metal blade. So here we go. A Luber no more. Alright. This is the point of reckoning right here. This is when you get scared and you go, God, did I cut too much off? Man, I hope not. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to show you start to finish on how I did the other one. So it's pretty basic. So you got to get the fender flare first, okay? Don't cut without the fender flare. Don't because different manufacturers might have a different curve. Maybe they're all the same. I'm not sure. This is the first set that I've ever done, but if it were me, I would wait until I got the fender flare in. It's pretty obvious, but just got to lay it out there. Okay, so got the fender flare set on exactly to where I need it to be. I measured on the other one. The cut is 6.5 inches from the front of the truck, so that's where I want the cut to be. 4.5 inches is where I want the fender flare to be placed. Because I obviously want it to match on both sides. And why I put the fender flare 4.5 inches in and my cut is 6.5 inches in, because I put 2 inches of extra metal from where the top of the fender flare meets the side quarter panel to the bottom. So there's 2 inches of metal. A strip of 2 inches of metal to go around. I think that's fair. Might be less, might be more. You know, it's completely your choice. So, all right, here. So I'm going to clamp these down. Okay, I'm going to measure again. Make sure I'm 4.5. Close. About where I want it to be. So. Now I'm going to draw the Sharpie on the outline here. And where the fender flare actually meets. Now, on this side, for some reason, this fender flare does not go all the way wrap around the way. So what I'm going to do is compare 2 inches. Right. So there's my line. 2 inches. There. I'm going to go. So now I got my lines drawn. And I did this kind of a interesting way. Basically took a ruler. know that you probably can't see it very well because I did it in Sharpie. Maybe I can zoom in. You can see it a little bit. I'm not sure. But I basically followed that. There you go. You can see it. I followed that all the way around. Yeah, you can read it. You follow that line around for 2 inches. And then that gives you that 2-inch gap. One little screw up right there, but
hey, how are you? I'm gonna be a new Bronco baseball. Yeah.